So we're back on the Golden Apple Archipelago in the new event, and we got some conches to collect again for the new official skin. In this video, we're going to show all 14 that you can collect on day 1 across all the islands. There's only 14 for now, more to come in the future obviously, and I'll create a follow-up video on all of those. For the first few conches, we're going to stay in the top right islands over here, starting off at the waypoint. Now, you have to climb to the peak of these massive pillars here, and if you don't have a Kazuha, this is rather difficult, so let's just do a quick time lapse of getting to the top of these bad boys, starting at the waypoint here. Once you finally make it up these miserable mountains, you want to just run over to pretty much above where the waypoint is, kind of follow the edge of the cliff, and you'll find the first echoing conch. I say echoing conch because some of them are called something else. You interact with it and you hear a bit of lore about some stuff. You can recap this stuff later on. And there's the first conch, you interact with it and it's added to the reserves. For the second conch, we're still at the same mountain range, but we can just jump down to the very bottom on the ground floor, right next to the beach here, pretty much on the western side of the island. You'll be able to find the second conch. Interact with it, there it is. For the third conch, we want to teleport pretty much to the bottom of this kind of selection of islands and run directly east for a while. Swim across this little ravine of water and come to the base of the mountain, and you'll be able to find the third conch, which is an imagining conch. And the cool thing about the imagining ones, they portray a little bit of an image, a little bit of a projection here. It's pretty nifty, pay attention if you so care. As for me, I shall carry on. For the next 3 conches, we're going down to the bottom right islands, right around here. And for this one, if you've unlocked all the waypoints, you've probably seen this conch. It's right next to the waypoint. Interact with it. It's an imagining conch, so you'll see a bit of a projection, which is really cool as well. For this next one, we're jumping straight off the cliff, essentially, to the southern side of the island, southeastern side. Jumping right down to the beach, and the next conch is right here at the shoreline. Interact with that, and there you have it. And then for the next one, we're just going to run along the shoreline to the western side of the island, where we'll find the next conch. Arriving at the western side, you get the next conch, interact with it, and that's another one. For the next 3 conches, this is going to be a bit of a hassle to get, but they're on the southernmost island. Teleport here and come to the very middle of this area where you see this little pond. And the first conch will be right here on a little bit of a rock. Interact with this, and that's one of the 3. After interacting with that one, you have to do a bit of a climbing extravaganza. Obviously, having Kazuha makes this easier, but just follow my route and you'll be able to easily do it. Come up this section here and climb this rubble. It's kind of annoying, the climbing system from time to time, but that's that. Regen your stamina and climb this mountain right here next to this vine. You want to angle it so you kind of fit in between here and are able to then get above it and do a back jump onto this little platform. Once you're here, you can see this little broken piece of whatever the hell it is and jump over to this bad boy. From here, you can pretty much safely jump over to this root, or you could have jumped to the root from the previous platform, but that's a bit safer there. And here you have to be extremely careful because it's all about the angles. You want to climb this piece of wood thing and slowly angle yourself to climb this little flat surface. Edge yourself around and you can get on top of this platform. And pretty much from here on, you're in the clear. You can kind of follow this path around over to this other branch, which then, if you carefully glide onto it and be safe and whatnot, you'll be able to get the next conch on this island, which is an imagining one, which brings us this. And then after picking up that conch, you just want to continue climbing up the mountain, essentially, all the way to the top. You might encounter this electro guy. He doesn't really actually do anything, so kind of just avoid him, I guess. And climbing all the way to the peak of the mountains, you're able to get the next conch on this set of islands. After you've collected the conches down on the bottom few islands, we're going to go over to the westernmost island, this big bad boy right here. And for these ones, you can stay on the ground level. There's no need to climb anything, essentially. Teleport to the waypoint and come over to a bit more of the northwestern side. And on just a little rock here, you'll find another conch. Pick that bad boy up and then move a bit more inland. and you'll be able to find the next conch, very close to each other. After grabbing that guy, move a bit more east towards the island, kind of in this little watery section. And right about here, you'll find the next conch. And after you collected that one, move to a bit more of the northern island out of this collection of islands, to the east side of the island itself. You'll find a little hilly churl encampment, and in that hilly churl encampment, you'll be able to find the next conch rather easily. It's glowing with yellow. It's an imagining one, and you'll get a bit of a maiden lady there. And now for the final conch of this selection of conches, the 14th conch. Just come straight to the middle island. This is the last place we have to be, the very middle island. Come here, and in the center of the actual island itself, the last conch is there. It's an imaginary one. You can see a bunch of apparitions, and boom, that's 14 conches. Those are all 14 that you can get today. 6 more to come. Who knows when they'll come, probably released intervally. I have no idea when, but that's 16, and for that we get this amount of Primo Gems. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, see you in the next one.